Hello, beautiful people of YouTube. How are you today? I hope you're doing good in this new year. And in the new year, we have come up with a new tatting pattern. This is a bookmark that I've made with this ball, our pony shuttle, and some scissors. I've also made a tassel. I'm going to teach you everything start to finish with the pattern in this tutorial. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So I have wound this shiny gold yellow thread on this bobbin, and I have not cut the thread from this entire ball. So we'll be working on both rings and chains. The chains will be from the ball thread and rings will be from the shuttle thread. So first we will start at the top part of the bookmark. We will start with a ring, and the ring will go something like this. So we'll first take the thread and wrap it around our all four fingers. Keep the gap here as we usually do. For the first string, we are going to do 5 stitches, then a picot, then 10 stitches, then a picot, and then 5 stitches. So let's begin with doing 5 stitches first. And 5. Now, if you want to learn about how these stitches are made, we have already posted a tutorial video on tatting. You can head to that video and look at the tutorial yourself. After these 5 stitches, I'm going to do a small picot here and then do 10 stitches. So I've done 10 stitches here. Then once again, I'm going to do a picot and do 5 more stitches. Once we have done that, we will close this ring. This is our first ring. We'll do 3 rings here, so 2 more rings. So once again, for the second ring, we will wrap this around. We'll start with doing 5 picots. You go as close to the base as possible. Once we have done the 5 stitches, we will join this with this picot. So we'll pass the shuttle through this picot, pull the thread out, then pass our shuttle through this loop and pull everything tightly so that it is joined. One of the issues that I observe when tatting is some yarns or some threads are little thick and then they wind like this. So what I do is I just suspend the shuttle and let it unwind, and then I'm able to work again without that twist. So this was just a simple trick. We have done 5 stitches and join with this picot. Now we'll do 16 stitches. I've done 16 stitches. After the 16 stitches, I'll do a picot and then do 5 stitches. So here is the picot. And this is the 5th stitch. After the 5 stitches, we will close the ring. This is the second ring. Now we'll do exact replica of this ring this side. So we'll do 5, then we'll join, then we'll do 10, picot and 5. That's the third ring. Now we will reverse this and we'll work a chain. So to work with the chain, we will use the thread from the ball. In a similar way, the shuttle, I will wrap it around my fingers and I'll work in this ball thread now. I'll do a simple chain of 5 without any picots. I'm going as close to the base as possible. This is the chain 5. Once again, once this is done, I will reverse the work. So this is going to be the top part of our bookmark. Now we'll work on the sides from here onwards. We'll do a ring again. I have reversed the work and I will wind it across my fingers like this. In this ring, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 5 chains, then join with this picot, then do 16 chain, then do a picot, and then do 5 chain and close. So I'll make that ring and come back and show you. So I have completed this ring with 5, then joined to this ring, then 16, picot and 5. Now I'm going to reverse the work and do a chain. This chain will have 6 picot, then 4 picot and 6. So let's start with the first 6 stitches. We will try to go as close to the base as possible. These are the 6 stitches. Then we'll do a picot and then we'll do 4 stitches. So let me do a picot first. I'm doing very tiny picots in this chain so that they won't be visible when we join the chain. Four stitches are done. I'll do another picot. And 6 stitches more. That's it. This is my chain. I'm then once again going to reverse it and work on 3 rings once again. So this was my first cluster of 3 rings. Now I'll do 3 ring cluster here. So the first ring of this cluster will be 9 stitches, then join with the previous ring, then 5 stitches, picot and 5 stitches. So we'll start with the 9 stitches. We'll go as close to the base as possible. These are the 9 stitches. We will join it with the previous ring, this picot over here. Do 5 picot 5. Close this ring. Let's make the next ring. We'll start with 5 and then join with the previous ring. Then we'll do 10 picot and 5. Then we'll close the ring, and we'll make then the third ring of the cluster, which is replica of this ring but in reverse direction. So we'll do 5, then join with this 5, then picot and 9. So let's start with that. Remember to go as close to the base as possible. That's our 9 stitches. We will close this ring. So this is our second cluster of 3 rings, already looking pretty. Now what we are going to do is we are going to repeat this part. I'm going to do one more chain. So that chain will be exactly same as this chain. So we'll do 6 picot, 4 picot, 6, and then we will repeat this particular chain. So we'll do a chain here, then this chain, then once again chain, and this cluster of 3 rings, right? So once again I'm telling you, I'm going to repeat this chain, then this ring, then once again this chain and the cluster of 3 rings. I'm going to repeat this about 4 to 5 times till I achieve a reasonable length for the bookmark. So I'm going to do this off camera and come back and show you how it looks. So as you can see here now, I have repeated this ring and structure of 3 rings 3 times, and I've done the bigger ring once here. I think this length is enough for a bookmark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat this structure on this side. So the next course of action would be to do this chain. This chain is chain 5. So let's do that. I'm going to reverse the work using the thread from the ball. I'm going to do chain 5. That's it. The next step would be to reverse the work and repeat this structure, this chain 3 structure at the top. We are going to repeat here. So that means we are going to do 3 rings. The first ring would be 5, and then we'll join with this, then picot, 10, picot and 5. So we'll do that ring first. We'll move on to the next ring. We'll do 5 and join with the previous ring. Then we'll do 16 stitches. Then we'll do a picot and 5 stitches. Move on to the next ring. The next ring will be same as this ring. So 5, join 10, picot 5. So you see there is a gap here. So I'm going to unravel this and do it again. So here is a good place to show you how to unravel it. It's not very difficult, but with this tip of the shuttle, just try to make a gap here where we have made the stitch, and take the shuttle in the reverse direction. Then I'll try to push it closer to the bottom and do the second half of the stitch once again. So now it's much closer to the bottom. These are the 5 stitches. We'll join, do 10 stitches. We'll do a picot and 5 stitches. I will close this ring. Then we'll again do this chain 5 on the other side. So I'll reverse the work. Use the thread from the ball. Pull it tightly so that it is at the base. Take your time here. That's the chain 5. Now we are going to repeat the same structure that we have done on this side, and while we make these chains, we have done picots here. Instead of those picots, we will join these chains together. I will do that off camera. I'll maybe show you one, but let me first do this ring off camera and then I'll be back. So as you can see, I have completed this ring, and for the chain I've done 6 stitches here. Now, as I said, instead of doing a picot here, I'm going to join this chain with this chain. Like so. It's joined. Now we'll do 4 more stitches. And then join it with the next picot of this ring. And do 6 stitches. This is the only difference here. Rest all we are going to do the same thing as we repeated on this side. The cluster of 3 rings and then chain and single ring and chain. Only thing is, we are, instead of the picots on the chain, we are going to join the chains. So let me do that off camera and show you how it turns out. So as you can see, I have finished this last ring. I have joined into this as well as this side, and then I've made a chain of 5, which is the counterpart of this chain here. Then I've passed this ball thread. I've cut the ball thread from the ball. I've kept a quite long ending, and I have passed this through the gap over here between the 3 cluster rings. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply tie a knot over here so that the chain stays. So what I'm going to do for that, I'm going to take this shuttle and pull this ball thread through here and then tie a knot here. It will be a very tiny knot, will not even be visible. You can also do a double knot to secure it extra tightly. This is the base of your bookmark. Now what you can do is, and what I am going to do is, I need a little something to hang it on. So I can either leave this ball thread as it is, or I can simply do a few chain stitches here, maybe around 30 or 40, which will give me something to hold on to when I'm using this bookmark. I'm going to do it off camera. I'll be back when I'm done. So here I have made a chain of 40, and I think this is enough for me holding on to it. I'm going to tie a few knots around here so that it stays in place. So 3 or 4 times I'm going to tie and then snip it off with our pony scissors. I'm going to do one more thing around here, which is I'm going to attach some sort of hanging here. So I'll show you how I'm going to make that. So let me first snip this off with our pony scissors. I'm going to leave a small end. Later on we'll burn this off with our lighter. And now let's move on to making the tassel. For doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it can be anything. I'm going to take this old coaster, and I have some thread remaining on this bobbin, so I'm going to use up this thread. I am simply, you need something hard. A business card might do, anything will do, something hard where you can wrap the thread around. And don't worry if you have any remaining thread, this is the thread from the ball. You want it to be a little thicker, so just wrap it around. I'm going to wrap some more from this thread around here. And once I feel that this is enough, I'm going to slide it off this coaster. Be careful while doing this. And then I'm going to hold it at one end. Keep the coaster aside. Leaving a slight distance from here, I'm going to wrap this like this. And then I'm going to tie a few knots. And once again, wrap it. You see how I wrapped vertically around it, so the flare here is gone. You can add a few knots here as well, as in where needed. And if there are any loose end, like this is sticking out here, we can simply snip them off. Now towards the lower side, we can give a cut around here. So go inside and just simply snip it off, and finally find out if any long ends are there, snip it off, give it a haircut of kind, and that's it. Your tassel is ready. Now I am going to leave a long tail here just to attach it around here. You can attach it at any end. And then for the remaining part of the thread, do not snip this off. Once again, wind this here, and if you can, get a little knot once again around here and just leave the thread. It will become a part of the tassel. Your beautiful, beautiful bookmark is ready. If you want to reduce the length of this tassel, you can do that. I hope you like this tutorial. I enjoyed doing it with you. I hope you enjoy it as well. I hope you make your own designs. If you have any patterns, if you want to do any patterns, if you know any patterns, let me know and we can make it together. Please don't forget to share your creations with us. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Press bell icon to get notified about such beautiful videos. Let's meet in the next one. Bye bye.